about these? Okay. The Dinner of Champions. Alright, well that was a bust early in the day. It's never good when you've got a failure before 9 a.m. That's rough. Exciting times. Bean is riding big girl style in the car for the first time, right? Okay, just temporarily because I am headed to Lowe's to see if they have any scrap carpet, which means the end of the roll. Usually less than 8 feet, you'll just pull that roll off because nobody's gonna buy a piece that small. We need something that is approximately 8 by 6. If they have something that is like 12 by 4, I could make it work, right?
Okay.
She's helping. I don't know. I'll measure it out when I'm there. I'm gonna see what they have. Basically, I'm just gonna see what they have. If they've got anything that will work. That little hallway is actually bigger than I remembered. I wanted to like as close to $0 this project as possible, but if I need to go and spend a little money, I'll do it just because that hallway is so disgusting and I hate it. If they don't have anything that I like, I am considering looking at carpet tiles just to put something in there to cover up the grossness. And carpet tiles are easy and usually pretty cheap, so we'll see what we get. Is it cool? She's just beaming out the windshield because she never has seen this before. She's never ridden forward in a car. She's not gonna like it, but I am gonna put it back. I am committed to waiting until at least 3. Riding in reverse is safer, basically forever. In essence, it is just always safer to ride backwards in a car because, especially in a car seat, because of the expected G-forces, the expected G-loads that you would take in an accident are much more tilted towards safety that way. And when you're small, your bones and cartilage and muscles and everything in your neck are not developed properly to handle is not even the right word, to sustain, I guess, that level of injury. But we're only going a very small distance today over to Lowe's, so we'll make an exception for the day, and she'll get to have a little fun. Let's see what we can find. Russell, I think, tipped. Was it Russell? Maybe it was Makepeace. No. Somebody tipped $100 this week, and said, "How much does carpet cost?" To do the living room is definitely going to be more than $100. But am I willing to spend $100 to spruce up the hallway? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how I feel when I get there. Sometimes it's just not your day. That's where it would be. Well, that was kind of a bust. Not a single scrap. They had some scrap vinyl. It was crazy. Never have I ever seen such a thing, but such is the luck. but to not make it a total loss, I went ahead and grabbed a light fixture to replace the one that paint hates so much. I looked at just like rolls of carpet to see if I could buy 6 feet for under $100, and it looked like I probably could, but then I need $50 worth of padding, so it's like there was no way I was getting out of there for less than $100, and I would end up with 12 feet of carpet because that's the narrowest section they have, and I don't know, man. it's like 11 foot to the dash in this car. It would have been pushing our luck, and I would hate to buy it and then not be able to fit it in there, and then have to buy ratchet straps, put it on the roof. It is going to be an ordeal. So we'll just change our plan, and instead, I guess we'll replace a little light fixture today. She freaking loves walking around places like that, like going around Lowe's, any store she's not like super familiar with, or she's kind of new to the walking around phase in stores, so it's like a little mini adventure for her. And on a day like today, where it's going to be pushing close to the hottest day of the year, we sure aren't going out to the park or anything, so it's a little morning exercise. In other news, super weird, ornate, brass-ish, kind of tarnished and very dusty light fixture for sale. So today a lot different than last Saturday, for sure, in that paint is working 5 to 11 or something like that. So that makes for a very different day. It's not really that crazy different. It's been a little weird. The transition to her working has not gone exactly how either of us really expected. The place where she is working seems to be very whimsical with their scheduling. That's the word I'm going to use. They seem to schedule less than the bare minimum and then try to call people in throughout the week instead of, scheduling what people are going to need. So in the month and a half she's been working there, she has been scheduled now 2 days. And next week she has one more singular day of scheduled work. But like 4 or 5 days a week, they're calling and being like, hey, can you come in today? Which is, it's hard on a person. Especially somebody with kids and somebody that, doesn't live very close to the store. That's a bit, more than a bit annoying, for sure. It's not the best situation so far. I'm trying to take the positives, because if I don't look at the positives, then I'm just sad all the time. And I guess the positive is that it's a very slow and low intro back into the workforce. It's been a easy-ish thing for us to transition into, because it's not just straight into 5 days a week, blah blah blah. There's also there was that expectation. That's kind of what we had worked up the gumption to prepare ourselves for, and that's not how it has gone. I don't know. I hope it's not just too frustrating on her, because I know it is. I know that's not an easy thing to deal with. That's not what either of us were expecting. Nothing's ever easy. I mean, it's work. Work is not easy by nature, but I wish it had just gone a little bit smoother. Potatoes. I'm just making myself basically dinner. Bean might eat some of it. Sometimes she likes my potatoes. Sometimes she doesn't. My famous parboiled and then air fryered mini potatoes. Got some leftover pulled pork. Having myself a little salad. He is currently watching one co-star because he is playing, or he and Comey are playing, Captain Toad, I think it's called. And she seems to love that game. She seems to really like watching it. It's been a bit of an interesting week with the Bean as well. She is 2, well, approaching 3, and still having really interesting, we'll call it sleep issues, where she just seems to not be able to sleep through the night, and mostly it's just like she's waking up in the night with like terrors. So I've been on the floor for probably half of the week next to her bed, just there to provide her comfort after her stir, after her terror or whatever. It's not actually the worst thing in the world. Like, I can sleep basically anywhere. As a kid, I was an anywhere sleeper, and I seem to have carried some of that into adulthood. The problem is, she doesn't, I don't think, sleep very well on those nights, and then for that whole next day, not in the best of moods, which can quickly bring down the morale of the whole house. But we're getting through it. We're making it work. Streaming's going unusually well lately. I hate to say unusually well. It just seems like maybe a little bit of momentum has picked back up there. Not even necessarily like viewership wise, but it just seems like people are more engaged again, which is nice. I've been pretty consistent on the days that I'm streaming, which I think helps that. I still really want to get back to making video and making gaming content on video again. Hopefully when the weather gets a little better. It's supposed to get down into the 80s again next week. Late next week, I guess. Hopefully I can get back into doing more live stuff, like out in the garage, and I would love to record that video of like the overview of the 200SX project. That feels like it's been so long since that all happened, and I've not really made the content out of it that it deserves. But that's kind of the pickle I'm in. It's the kind of the pickle that we're all in right now. Is there's not really enough hours in the day to do that kind of stuff. To do the extensive solo record, edit, and do the work kind of stuff that doesn't really exist at the moment. But it's gonna be there, It's not going anywhere. We'll get there. I don't want the people that supported that project and especially ZK to feel like I've abandoned it. It's just that life is a constantly evolving and difficult thing to navigate. Beanie Weenie, do you want to come spin the salad? You want to spin? Spin. Whoa. Alright, that is going to be some nice and dry salad right there. Good job. You want to try a cucumber? Stop. You like it? Nope. Uh-oh, are you missing a baby? This girl is obsessed with Binkies right now. The dinner of champions. Alright, light fixture. I don't like you, and you don't like me. I have no idea how I'm gonna light this. Hold on. Any mounting hardware. It's just in this collar, maybe? Bro, I can sense it. There's so many spiders. Okay, that was... Oh my god, that is That is disturbing. How frailly that was held up. Um, oh boy. Okay, okay. There is a threaded rod. Thank God. I was pretty sure for a moment there that this thing was just hanging on by wires, but it is more than that. It's it's a little loosey goosey. Not gonna lie. If you're out there and you make a product in the year 2025 that still uses flathead screws, you're a bad person. And you have hate in your heart. Alright. Cool. Got it. Let's take a look at this thing. I've never actually been able to see this thing. It's always just been kind of up there in the ceiling in a dark room. I think it needs a little cleaning. Let me give it a little spritzy spritz. Yeah, I really don't know. I really don't know. It cleans up fine. I just don't know if this is actually like something somebody would want. Is this just like 30-year-old off the shelf hardware store basic lighting? I don't know. I guess I'll find out. All right, now that I had my electrician wire that up, of course. Hi. I would never just do something like that on my own. Definitely had an electrician in here to do it professionally. He didn't want to be on camera. No camera shy. We'll just screw that tight, and we'll see what $18 worth of the finest contractor grade Lowe's light fixture has to offer us. Beautiful. No screws in the glass. I like that. Secure enough. Ta-da! Oh, so much better. So much better. Right, Beanie Weenie? It's okay? Alright, as long as it's okay. Well, it's at least not ridiculously hanging low. A win for the day. $18 of win.